Hey, good morning. I really wanted to get another video out, kind of remain consistent for at least 2 per week, instead of, doing 5 and 5 and 5 and then nothing for 6 weeks, 7 weeks. Call it the binge method. Huge win already this morning. I got up when the alarm went off. I did not hit the snooze button. Why is that monumental? Well, one, I can't tell you the last time I did that because I love hitting that snooze bar. The biggest thing though is that it has to do with what it is that we tell ourselves, in the sense of, I am going to wake up and get out of bed when that alarm goes off. I am not going to keep hitting that snooze bar. And it's extremely relevant for me in my life. Hopefully somebody can relate to this and say, you know what, I have that same problem, and if he can do it, I can do it, because I assure you of this, folks, if I can do this gig, then you can too, okay? Just a heads up, and this is my opinion, I really think that in the next 6 months to 12 months, there's going to be a huge change in our economy. I've seen 2 people digging through trash cans in the last 5 days, and I hadn't seen that in a couple years. I think a lot of it has to do with there was a lot of money in circulation that people were getting that didn't have to work for it, that pretty much don't work for it to start with, but there was so much more excess going around that even the lazy people got lazy, so to speak. The thing is that I think that there's going to be a huge reset. I don't know if you're going to call it a reset or what. I hope it's not truly devastating. I hope that we have a great presidential candidate that gets elected that makes some changes. One problem, in my opinion, is that we do more for people outside of this country than taking care of our own country. And the problem with that is that all that money goes out of here when we need to be taking care of it at home. And you got to understand is that everything in this country revolves around the housing industry. Any industrialized nation that stays on top has to have some type of resource that they get for free or next to free. They harvest it, refine it, whatever, and then sell it at a profit. Virtually everything in manufacturing is overseas somewhere, and even like Harley Davidson, a lot of their parts are made elsewhere, and then they get shipped to the United States, and then it gets assembled here. Okay, a lot of that has to do with tariffs, in the sense that Reagan was hugely responsible for Harley Davidson was on the brink of disaster and about to go away. And what Reagan did was he signed a tariff, and I don't remember if it was 1,100 or 1,200 cc's, but it had to do with big motorcycles. And he put huge tariffs that affected Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, and Honda for their big imports that Harley was basically competing with. And so that was one of the things that saved Harley is that it basically made it an even playing field, so that they were not able to have hugely discounted counterparts that were Harley's competition, so to speak. So, the thing is that if you don't have a side hustle right now and you're not stacking cash and you don't have 6 months worth of reserves, you damn sure better. And, a lot, I don't know, man, it's the holiday coming up, and I got the 4th of July weekend coming up. Who cares? Grind harder. Trust me on this. It's going to be pretty significant. And I think what we're seeing right now is that people are continuing to spend money that they don't have, and that's credit cards. And if you really start to read the financial horizon that's going on in this country right now, the amount of money that's on credit is going up exponentially. And the thing is that we got runaway inflation, and people are not doing anything to adjust their income to keep up with it, okay? And we as humans are not made to thrive. We are built to survive. Something's been chasing us for thousands of years, trying to eat us, kill us, hunt us down, and we've done a good job of trying to avoid that. And then, whew, man, it's tired. I don't want to do anymore and everything like that. Well, that's why success is so elusive is that we're really not programmed to do that, okay? There is a chemical that is released in our brain as soon as we think about change, okay? And it causes anxiety. And that's why so very few people will embark on trying to do anything different or being more successful than where they're at. We are people that will rise to the height of being comfortable, doing just enough, skating by, getting right under, and hey, I made a C minus, I'm good, okay? And that's what we do. And the thing about it is that, I keep seeing it and I keep seeing it with people, and especially like I'll talk with other landlords and they have properties that are grossly under market rent. And what that is like is feeding stray cats and then moving. You got all these cats still around and they're looking for food, but the food's not there any longer. And that person actually did them a disservice by feeding them because they had no intent on taking care of them for the rest of their life. And that's why charging way below market rate on rents is a bad idea, okay? That roof, that air conditioner, that water heater, all of those expenses keep on going up. And if you're not charging rent accordingly, then what ends up happening is every month you keep making less and less money. And a lot of people are going to say this, and they're in this position, oh, but the house is paid for. Okay, I get it, and if you like going broke, because that's eventually what's going to end up happening, okay, then more power to you. It's your property. You do it with it as you want. Me personally, I'm not the Red Cross. I'm not doing it for charity. I want to make money. I want financial freedom. I want financial independence. I don't like looking at price tags. If I want a 2-hour massage, I want one. If I want done to this crab legs, I want done to this crab legs. And the thing about it is that all these expenses keep going up, but people don't keep on raising their rents, We got a place back. Somebody moved out at the beginning of the month. Carla got it all wrapped up yesterday, cleaned. I'll go by there today, cut the yard, and then take a nice picture of it. And the property, I'm going to go up $100 on the rent. And from what we were asking on it, it should rent quite nicely. So the thing is that, if you don't do these things, you end up going broke. And the object of the game is not to go broke, it's to build wealth. So if you're not into building wealth, but you have investments, really doesn't make sense, does it? No, I didn't think so either. And, and maybe none of this is going to make a difference in your life. And I get it, okay? And I see way too many people, though, get comfortable and they don't pay attention to what's going on in the rest of the world. And things are changing, folks, and there's big shifts that are happening. And I think that it's actually in a lot worse shape than what we're led to believe and what we know. And about the best analogy I can give you is this is like when the wave comes into the beach and everybody's riding that prosperity wave all the way in. And then, it goes all the way to where the water ends and it just soaks into the sand, but then it starts going back out. And I think what we've done is we're just on the cusp of it starting to go back out. I pray that you don't get caught up in it. I pray that I don't get caught up in it. We'll all figure out if we did okay with it and everything. I went through the one in the early 2000s and I went through the one in 2008. Both of those times I was employed by somebody else. So we shall see. It's going to be a very interesting time, and you're probably going to see the biggest wealth distribution shift happen Maybe in your lifetime, maybe in my lifetime, I don't know. I do know this, is that if we do nothing and expect things to get better, that's insane. And then insanity is also doing the same thing twice and expecting different results. That's totally insane. This thing is not hard. It is quite simple, but it's damn sure not easy. And again, it goes against everything that people want to do, because a lot of this has to do with is giving up some nights, giving up some weekends, giving up some holidays. And we as humans just don't want to do that. We want to play. We've been programmed 40 hours a week. Go play. Go play. It's okay. Go play, you know. And, you put in a little bit of time. And if you really pay attention, that middle school and high school were the training ground for us to become employees. It's not hard to get out of the matrix, folks. And I want every one of you to get out. I want every one of you to have an extra $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month coming in. I want every one of you to be in a position that you have fuck you money. I ain't got to put up with this any longer. I don't have to put up with your crap, your crap, your crap. No, you in the back. Yep. No. I don't have to put up with that either. And there is a tremendous amount of freedom being in that situation. I got a buddy of mine named Bert. He's been with the company for like 32 years, and they, he started, and basically all the CEOs, presidents, and everything, they started at the same time, so they know everybody, okay? Well, Bert didn't take that route. He stayed on the floor and basically, but, they'll say something, and somebody will always say, Bert's not going to do it. And somebody always says, the new person says, why not? And they all say, Bert's got fuck you money. And Bert's not in a position that he has to work any longer. And he still chooses to, because it gives him a sense of purpose. And, he likes a little extra money and everything like that without touching what he's got going on right now. So it's a beautiful thing, folks, and it can happen for every one of you, but it's not going to happen if you don't take any action. And you can walk around and say, I am abundant, I am prosperous, I am a millionaire. You can say all that stuff you want, okay? But until you lift a finger, it ain't happening. That's all there is to it. So, and if you think I'm wrong, just sit on your couch, don't do anything, don't get up, and just keep praying to Jesus and say, give me prosperity, give me abundance, give me prosperity, give me abundance and everything, and see how long that lasts before you get that phone call and say, you're not showing up for work, you're fired. Quit paying your property tax, but keep on praying, and you'll figure out who owns your house, okay? The Bible talks a lot about us taking action, Do I believe God can move mountains? Yes, absolutely. I think I'm going to get a better chance of me praying for strength and bringing a shovel than for me to expect him to do it for me. I hope you have a wonderful day.